So here we have the front garden, and this one is Salma Esaid. It is a Gilieu climber, and let me just pick up a flower here and have a whiff of it. Very mild fragrance at the moment, but we'll see if it improves. That was Salma Esaid, Gilieu climber. And let's just see over here. Here we have the lovely Boscobel rose. Just look at that. Isn't she gorgeous? And I have already cut off like 12 flowers from it to make the video for you guys, and she has already put out like 20 more flowers. So this one has an amazing scent of myrrh at the back and exotic fruit at the front and a little bit of hawthorn. Really gorgeous rose, this one. Just look at this. Isn't she beautiful? And I really like the combination with the Salvia bloom box. But just look at that. And that was Boscobel, a rose bred by David Austin. Really amazing myrrh fragrant rose and one of my absolute favorites. And over here we have Chandos Beauty that's just about to start out. A really good fragrant peach damask rose, like 8.5 from Harkness Roses. And it has this beautiful translucent skin color that's really gorgeous. And I really like it with the salvia here. And this one is Salvia Cardona. And down here we have some lamps here. And both this one and also Boscobel was 8.5. They're just different fragrances. And in here we have Queen of Sweden. Queen of Sweden. Isn't she gorgeous? A really gorgeous rose. And then we have some blooms of Salesmana hiding in here. And up there, Salesmana is also pretty fragrant, but it is more selective in the fragrance than these two. These two are nearly always fragrant. And you guys can see the cat mint here along with the lady's mantle. It looks absolutely gorgeous combination. And then you have Delphinium at the back along with Salesmana. I can barely get to here, but that is Salesmana in there. And over here we have some geraniums. This one is Geranium Rosemore. And we also have some peonies in here. Just look at the size of that peony. I can't remember if this was Sarah Bernhardt. Let me check for fragrance. Oh yes, gorgeously fragrant. It has to be Sarah Bernhardt. I need to clear up some space for it because the lady's mantle has really gotten out of hand. And this year my Princess Céline de Monaco is not as happy as she used to be. I've been digging down a lot of new soil and cow manure around her, and apparently she was quite unhappy about that. Another beautiful peony here. I completely forgot the name of this one. Can't remember if it is Red Sarah Bernhardt. I'm a little bit in doubt. I don't think it is. I think it might be something to do with Big Ben. I'm a little bit in doubt because I planted two and there's another one over there. But here we have the historic rose Louis Odier. And just look at Louis Odier here. And this one is also highly fragrant. Let me just have a whiff. Gorgeous combination of citrus, damask and honey. Citrus, damask and honey. Absolutely gorgeous fragrance on that historic rose. Sadly, it does get black spot. It does get black spot, but as you can see, I found a way to keep mine very, very healthy. So, and down here we have ISOU, but it is slowly starting to go over. It is always difficult to time these videos because some roses will start to go over and others will. It is always a little bit of a timing issue. I think this one might be Big Ben because this one is more purple. I'll have to figure out the names because they didn't bloom for me the first year and this is second year, and I have kind of forgotten a lot about the names here. So, and down here we have one of these. I've completely forgotten the English name of that one. But let's continue here and let's go to One more flower bed. In here we have Princess Alexander of Kent, and I had completely given up on this rose. So I've just left it to fend for itself in here. It is one I'm going to throw out soon, but let's have a whiff. At the moment there's not much fragrance, but maybe that'll change. Usually it gives like 7.5 on intensity. But I've been thinking about throwing this one out for multiple years. I've grown it in a pot and everything. I do notice the people that say it's healthy usually tend to grow it as a standard rose. So I don't know if that is part of it. Down here we have Lilo Renaissance. It is first starting to bloom, but it has been so healthy, so incredibly healthy. That Renaissance rose by Paulson. And over here we have Princess Anne. She is nearly going over and ending her first flush, but she has looked absolutely amazing this year. Absolutely amazing this year. And here we have some phlox. And in here we have Mom in a Million, but it is sadly just about to start blooming. It had a few blooms, but they weren't that impressive. I think the main flush is about to start soon on Mom in a Million, but that one is highly fragrant, like 9 out of 10 the mass scent. And over here we have Atrascantia, and we have Olivia Austin here. Olivia Austin has been putting out blooms forever now, absolutely forever now. It is one of the most healthy floriferous Austin roses you can get, and an absolutely amazing Austin rose. And again, here's how the catmint and the lady's mantle and everything else plays together. And here we have Princess Anne from the other angle. She is not as pretty as she was a week ago, but it is always so difficult to time these videos because roses don't bloom at the same time. They can be like 3 weeks in between. But let's just go over here, and here we also have some new climbers. Like one of them I believe might be warm, but one of them I think is Red Flame, but there's a lot of new climbers here. And here we also have, I can't remember, I believe it was Westerplatte, this clematis here. But yeah, and in the center we have Magnolia Ginny, and here we have Harlow Car. Honestly, even though Harlow Car is very fragrant, I don't like the thorns on it. But it is highly floriferous, but the thorns are just something to be wary of. And I do have a bit of building projects going on here, so I apologize for the mess. And here we have another Harlow Car. Again, really floriferous, but again, I don't know if you guys can see those spikes down there. I'm really considering if the fragrance on her is worth dealing with all these spikes, especially when it comes to cutting her back. And over here we have Bonita Renaissance. Sadly not in bloom at the moment, but we'll see what happens. I might do a video of walking around the garden a little bit later, because I'm not going to get everything a bloom at the same time. This one is Maria Renaissance. Again, absolutely covered in blooms. And I have completely forgotten what this one is. I don't know if I can see it. I'll have to figure that one out. This one is Perfume Fashion. It is a Fenogeno rose. It has a very good citrus geranium scent and doesn't get very tall. And I think down here we have the sad remains of the what was it called? It was the low growing one I tried last year. I'll see if I can remember the name of it and put it up on screen. And we have some roses over here. Nearly also completely forgot the name of this one. It is Adore Aroma. And yeah, here we have the Mina. I didn't get it moved. I was far too busy this year with building products, and the same with Kiss Me Kate. I cut them down and I did intend to move them, but I just didn't get around to it. I'll see you guys on the back side of the garden for more roses. This one was Salma Essayid by Guilleux. It actually looks very pretty. I like the way the flower buds look and the flower. It also seems really healthy. It's right -20 for sure. Really gorgeous rose actually. I just hope it develops a fragrance. And this one I remember the name of now. It is Bienvenue, also known as Welcome, Bienvenue. It is also a French rose as far as I remember. It is a Dilbard, Bienvenue. Or at least it is the French word for welcome. Salma Essayid, and I think I'll end the shot here from the front garden with the amazing Boscobel rose here. Isn't she gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous, this one. I can't say enough good things about Boscobel nor Chandos Beauty over here. They're both really amazing roses, and I don't know if you guys can see the flower here, but just look at that flower and the fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous. Peach Damask. But yeah guys, I'll see you on the back side of the garden, and I'll be back in just a minute. I have to walk through the house. So here we have the Eden Climber by Milan, also known as Pierre de Ronsard. Down here we have Acapella rose. This one is also highly fruity fragrance. And down here we have Sweet Mademoiselle. I sadly do sometimes have some issues with flower development on this one, but hopefully now it is warmer, I will perform more reliably. This one is Fragonard. And down here we have Bliss Parfumer. And there's some more blooms of Bliss Parfumer here. This one is a really healthy rose, but the fragrance it does have a bit of fruit to it, but I would say 6.5 or something like that. Over here we have Joy de Vivre. And then we have Shanrabi here, a Viziers rose, really gorgeous, really highly fragrant, that one. Over here we have Francis Milan, Prince Chardonnay. This one also has a really good fragrance. It's more tea and damask, but the blooms are absolutely massive on this one. And down here we have a little bloom of Emma Bridgewater, and some roses that have just arrived, Alexandre Bretagne, and I've forgotten the names of the other two. There were some new yellows. And in here we have Crown Princess Margrethe. Sadly, my new fertilizer routine has worked so well that even the delphiniums have gotten massive. They were like 5 to 6 years old, but after I started my new fertilizer routine, not only the roses have gotten absolutely massive, but also the delphiniums and a lot of other things in the garden. Down here we have Vanessa Bell. She's also getting a bit crowded by my delphiniums. I think I really have to do something about the delphiniums. And if I forgot to mention it, this one is Delish, Ligne Renaud, sadly not in bloom, but it has produced one bloom. In here we have Parfum de Marelle. It's also given me a couple of blooms that are really good on fragrance, but I really need to come in here and get some of these delphiniums out, because they've grown absolutely massive in size. And here we have some of the new French ones. This one was the bad one. I've completely forgotten the name right now. Over here we have Compassion, and here we have Eustacia Y. I've also been cutting a lot of blooms of that one. And here we have Compassion again. This one also has a really good And in here we have, I believe it was Isabel, and that one over there is Cassini by Noack. And then we have the gorgeous Eden again. And here we have Never Ending Story. This one has a very powerfully fruit fragrance, and it is honestly at the moment my most favorite Noack rose. Then we have Ricci. She's kind of in between her flushes right now. She's just had a few here that are gone over, and yeah. And what else do we have? We have a gorgeous new one here. Not even put my nose to that one yet. I wonder what the name is. Let me see. It is Anastasia. So far I'm not getting much fragrance, but it looks absolutely beautiful. But the temperatures have also been kind of cold at the moment. And in here we have a massive amount of Codesse roses. We have Silent Perfumer here, not in bloom. We have a Spicy Perfumer in there, very good fruit scent. And here we have Ragazza. And here we have, I believe it was, Madame Fayette. Apparently this one is supposed to have a good aniseed fragrance. Let me just have a whiff. A little bit, not a lot today. Here we have Dames di Scenso. This one is absolutely gorgeous on the myrrh fragrance. One of my new favorites of the new ones. And over here you have Alexander David Neal. Really gorgeous to the bud. Very good on fragrance also. And here we have the wonderful Colette Rose. Not so good for fragrance, but it can bloom forever, that one. Absolutely massive amount of blooms on Colette Rose here. And here we have Heritage by David Austin. I'm not getting much fragrance at the moment, but it can produce a very powerful fragrance, that one. And down here we have Genevieve Rossi, but it is kind of gone over. Produces these yellow blooms. I think I'll get back to these French ones when they're in bloom. And over here we have Red Ballerina rose. An absolutely gorgeous one, that one. Red Ballerina. And here we have Blackberry Nip. Sadly not in bloom yet. And here we have Terry Marks. It has a really good berry scent, like a raspberry, but sadly not the most rain resistant, but it looks like no other rose when in color and when in full bloom. In here you have Pure Poetry starting out. And down there you have Ludatio. And this one, I believe it was, I'm a little bit in doubt if it is Raspberry Perfumer. In here you have Black Caviar, just starting out here. It does have one bloom that have failed there because of the cold, I think. Let me just get rid of that. And I think I forgot to introduce you all to James L. Austin. Is this one here. It does produce gorgeous colors of flowers, but it is not the most fragrant, and because of that I tend to rate it a little bit behind my other purples because they do give me fragrance. But yeah, these are all Noack roses nearly that are not in bloom. Over here we have Sugar Moon, starting to bloom, and I have completely forgotten what this one is. It is Bernadotte, I believe. Bernadotte, this one. And here we have Charles Darwin. That one has been putting out a few blooms for me. It did surprisingly have a fragrance to it some of the time, like a citrus myrrh fragrance. That one. Here we have Sauvignon, Terre Passion, another Delbard rose. So far it's been healthy and beautiful, but not that fragrant. And again, here we have Alexandra David Neal. Absolutely gorgeous hyacinth fragrance on this one. And fragrance has improved a little bit here in year 2, but there's so many flowers still waiting to happen here, as you guys can see. This is a plant only in year 2, and it is already getting massive. Yeah, I won't go too much into these that are not in bloom. In here we have Marc Chagall, just starting to bloom. It is another Delbard from the Impressionist series. But just look at Stichenceau here, the wonderful myrrh fragrant rose. And in here we have some Paulson roses and some other stuff going on. And here we have Clovergo. And over here we have that new yellow I've been talking about. This is Laine Temporale Mallet Cru. It flowers really well, but it is quite a small plant, as you guys can see. But wonderful Moscato fragrance. And here we have, of course, Belle de Jour. It is just getting started here, but it is going to be absolutely massive this year in flower. And over here we have Sunwealth rose. And I can see it has turned yellow this year, no doubt because there's not been enough sun for it to produce a more copper tone. It does produce a slight fragrance, but not that much. And that was Sunwealth, and in here we have the Pilgrim Rose. The Pilgrim Rose that's slowly starting to put on buds as well. And over here we have Lark Ascending. Lark Ascending makes these beautiful kind of like water lily cup flowers. It is tall though, that is why I placed it at the back, but let's pick up a flower here so you guys can see how gorgeous it is. And that was the David Austin rose, Lark Ascending. And it has nearly no fragrance, but a really beautiful kind of water lily lotus effect to it. Down here we have Julia Child, just starting out with her flush here. And my roses are first beginning the first flush. We are very behind everywhere else in the world right now. But Julia Child does produce an anise fragrance at the beginning, and it is more orange when it starts out, and goes to this pale kind of lemony color. And here we have Hansestad Rostock, and in here we have Golden Wings. It kind of folds up the petals a little bit during evening time, but the blooms on this one can get absolutely massive. So down here we have Lady Emma Hamilton. Let me just check the fragrance. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous fragrance. It is still just beginning its first flush. And in here we have Malvern Hills, and I don't think there's much fragrance on Malvern Hills. I believe it's usually just a honey fragrance. Yeah, very slight honey and clove fragrance, I'd say. But let's continue here. And in here we have Country Parson, and it is more this white yellow. It has a lot of thorns though, Well, it's not one of my favorites, but here we have Lady Gardner. Let me just have a whiff. Absolutely gorgeous fragrance, absolutely gorgeous myrrh and vanilla and a tea fragrance, that one. Absolutely gorgeous, just look at that. Yeah, in here we have, I think we'll take a picture of her from the other side. This is Poet's Wife. She has been flowering for a little while now. I did take a lot of her flowers for the review of her. Absolutely amazing fragrant variety. Here we have Glorious Babylon. It is a Passiflora rose, and in here we have my Westerland. I need to go in and support, and we have a lot of roses that haven't flowered yet, like Yellow Perfume de Provence and a lot of others, and here we have some new ones also. And here we have Royal Parfumer, the Climber, Royal Parfumer. I don't think this one has a scent, to be honest. Not much scent at the moment, but I would never say never. We'll see how it develops. In here we have Summer Romance. This one has a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance on Summer Romance. Just look at that. Really gorgeous bloom. Oh yeah, Damask, a little bit of myrrh. Gorgeous, gorgeous flower. And over here we have Raquel Renaissance. That one is incredibly healthy. This is just a first year rose. Just look at how healthy that is. Very healthy rose. Over here we have Pacific Blue. And if we compare it with Summer Romance, you can see that this one is actually lavender colored, right? And here we have Mauricio Trillo. And I can't remember if this is, I believe this is Violet. What's it called? Is it? It is the very, very purple American one. I've completely forgotten the name of it. And here we have Raspberry Perfumer, and of course we have Modern Art here. And oh, this is the Austin one. What is it called? It is, I believe it's the, is it the, I'm a little bit in doubt. It is not Dame Judi Dench. It is the other one that's related to Summer Song. I actually didn't think I kept this one. I thought I had already thrown it out. And in here we have, of course, the gorgeous Camellia Rose. Such a fragrant beauty, this one. Such a really fragrant beauty, honestly. Camellia is a gorgeous, good rose with a very good fragrance. And here we of course have Uvie Passy. I don't like this one nearly as much, but it is still a good rose. It is still a decent rose, okay? So it has more of a blush effect at the center. And here we have Pole Neuron. And I'll just see if I can find a flower of it. I think there's one over here on the other side. Pole Neuron. It does suffer a little bit from black spot, this one, and because of that I've been thinking about throwing it out, but it gets absolutely massive blooms, this one. Absolutely massive blooms. Down here we have, what's it called? It was an impressionist one. It is Henri Matisse. And over here we have Pope Jean Paul II. A highly fragrant white rose, this one. So far it is a bit slow to develop the flowers, but it is quite healthy. And then we have Bucaro. Isn't Bucaro just gorgeous? But I really need to come out here and weed everything I can see, because I've been too busy with the flowering. Here we have Claire Renaissance. Gorgeous fragrant Paulson rose, this one. Absolutely gorgeous, this one. So, and here we have what is it called? The Rosary de la Haye, a very fragrant rugosa. It sadly can suffer a little bit on the leaf health, I will say that, sadly. But yeah, let's see what else we have. We have some historic roses that are in bloom. This is Reine de Violette. Sadly, Reine de Violette can get black spot, like you guys can see. It's sadly, she is very prone to black spot, Randy Violette, but she looks absolutely gorgeous, this one. But as you guys can see, she is one of the first to get black spot in my garden, but the blooms are absolutely perfect on this one. As you guys can see, all my historic roses are just starting to bloom right now. Let's take another one. We have another good one here. This is one of my favorites, Madame Hardy rose. Just look at that, isn't she gorgeous? And she is highly fragrant. A mix of damask and citrus. Damask and alba. Absolutely gorgeous fragrance on Madame Hardy. One of my absolute favorite historic roses on fragrance, this one. I really love it. And what else do we have? We have a lot of historic stuff just starting to bloom. I don't think this one is completely open yet. No, I think we'll wait with that one till it's completely opened. Here we have, I believe this one is Fimbriata and this one is Ritausma. It's always in the way, so I'm really thinking about getting rid of it because it throws out these long horizontal canes. But Madame Hardy is so lovely. And in here we have Nevada, another really tall rose that makes these more simple flowers, really, more simple flowers. And we have a small Jack Cartier down here. I also have this one in white. Let's see if the white one is only starting to bloom, but here you can see the difference. This is the normal Jack Cartier and this is the white Jack Cartier. But they really do have a gorgeous fragrance, both of them. They really do. And some more peonies here starting to bloom. And over here we have Comte de Chambord, and I can't remember what the one is that has grown in between it. But one of them is for certain Comte de Chambord. This one down here, as far as I remember. As I can't remember the name of the other one. But as you guys can see, the historic roses are really just starting out here. They're really getting started, and the fragrance on the peonies and all the historic roses, it is just gorgeous. Gorgeous honey and damask here. It won't be long and these will be completely covered in blooms. Then here you have a Tuscany Superb. Maybe we can see it better from the other side. Tuscany Superb. But yeah, normal Jack Cartier. And is there more in bloom on this side? I think there might be. Let's just see here. Yeah, this one is Peter Paul Rubens, but I stole the flower that was most in bloom. But you can see it is a more upright plant than something like Boscobel. I'm absolutely in love with Madame Hardy. Honestly, I think that's a historic rose I'll always keep growing. Also because if you guys see, there's not as much black spot on this one compared to something like Reine de Violette. Here we have a small version of Ispahan. It usually has a very gorgeous fragrance, this one. Let me just nip this one off. Very gorgeous fragrance. Oh yeah, that is one of the most beautiful damask scents you can ever get in a rose, and it is so pure. So pure. Honestly, Ispahan and Madame Hardy over here might very well be my most favorite once flowering historic roses. They're really good. While something like Fimbriata and Ritausma, I could probably get rid of those. And maybe also Lac Meilleur here. Lac Meilleur by the Canadian breeder Louis Bonnet. And over here we have a Camelot. I was kind of in doubt if to throw Camelot out or not, but it got a second chance all the way at the back of my garden. But there's so many roses not in bloom at the moment. It's really only less than 1%. I would say nearly of my roses, maybe 5%. probably 5% that's in bloom right now. This is prairie peas, and yeah, there's still many historic roses that haven't bloomed yet. So here we have, I'm a little bit in doubt, that was it was not Claire Austin, it is the one from Tantau that looks like the Udersen Klosterrosen, I believe it was. It's not in bloom at the moment, but it is just starting out. But yeah, this year I've added so many new roses that I'm starting to forget the names, so I will soon have to... Luckily I did write everything down. I did put everything into a book and note the placement. So now I just need to create the name tags really. Down here we have Pompadour rose, just starting out, and here we have Ballerina starting to do her thing, and in here was Tuscany Superb, and down here we have Danahue starting to flub about. Really gorgeous, unique looking rose, but I'll probably have to give it some support. And some more of the historic roses here. Here we have Louis Bonnet again, the Canadian one. It has a gorgeous, sweet, old rose fragrance. But sadly, after 2 flushes, it is usually only sporadic in its blooming habit. And here we had the Peony Red Charm. This one has really been performing gorgeously for me this year. But now it is sadly starting to slow down. But just look at all these gorgeous ones here. It annoys me a little bit, I can't remember the name of the one next to Comte de Chambord, but a really gorgeous green center on it. I'll have to check the name out on that one. Here we have some more peony blooms, just waiting to get started, and we have some geraniums. I think here late in the season I'll have to thin out a lot in my historic roses because they're really starting to take over everything down here. I suppose they were also kind of meant to take over everything, but I'm starting to think that this is a little bit too much, right? Here you have Tuscany Superb. It is a gorgeous, it is a gorgeous Gallica one. Let me just have a whiff of it here. It has a bit of honey and a little bit of clove. Surprisingly enough, it is not really giving me the Gallica fragrance at the moment, but it might also be because we're kind of early in the day and it is still kind of cold out here. But just look at that. Just look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? There's old historic rose blooms everywhere here. But yeah, let's see what else I have. I think I have already shown you guys a lot of these here. This is Gentle Hermione. Gentle Hermione has just gone over with that bloom. We have another good bloom here, Gentle Hermione. And over here we of course have the lovely Floriana rose. Floriana, she looks absolutely gorgeous and she is highly fragrant too. So highly fragrant rose also, that one. But yeah guys, I think I'll end the video here, and I'll do a part 2 because this video is getting kind of long. So we'll do a part 2 to this video.